Hey, what's up, y'all? Coach Rocky here, the official trainer for I Love Basketball TV. I'm back fresh from Dubai. I was at the FIBA 3x3 World Tour Championship Finals. We have some great footage from there. My video guy right now is putting together a very, very cool and amazing video that you guys are really going to enjoy. So I'm going to upload that in a few days whenever he's done with that. But today, I'm here for another episode of the fifth quarter. So you already know what this is. It's our Q&A series. So basically, I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to answer any questions you have, whether it's basketball related, vertical jump related, strength training related, anything to get you to become a better player. I'm going to be taking on those questions. So without further ado, let's put 10 minutes on that clock. Let's get it. All right, so the first question we have is from EJ Townsend, and he asks, what can I do to get a better crossover or have a crossover that can actually break ankles? So when it comes to having a good crossover or a better crossover than the one you have now, there's a few pieces that you need to make sure are mastered. Now, the first thing you need to do before you do your crossover is you have to set this move up. Now, no defender is going to fall for a crossover if you don't set it up, and that's what makes it so powerful. And this is something that a lot of players forget because they focus on the moves, the crossovers, the behind the backs, the pullbacks, but they don't focus on the moves that set up those moves. So I've done a few videos on the crossover. I did the Allen Iverson crossover a few days ago, and I show you a few counters as well as setup moves that you can do. And we also have a video called the world's best crossovers. I'll put that on this card over here, and you can search it on our channel to find that video and watch it and learn from that. But when it comes to the crossover, it's about footwork, it's about setting it up, and then it's about selling that crossover basically from the setup. So what happens is, if we're talking basic crossover, there's a few crossovers, Iverson cross, there's, you know, the Tony Parker type of crossover, the Tim Hardaway crossover. There's a lot of different crossovers in basketball, but it doesn't matter which one you're doing. All of them depend on footwork and setup and selling the move. So what I mean by this is, let's say you're doing a crossover. How are you going to set that up? Now, one of the best ways, we'll take Iverson crossover because this is my favorite one. One of the best things you can do is kind of do a hesitation move with it. So you hesitate and go. So hesitate, go. That's one of the best ways, the best things you can do to simply set up that crossover. Because after you beat your man a few times, what happens? He tries to beat you to that spot. So when you know he's going to try to beat you to that spot, what do you have to do? Now you have to sell it, make it look like you're still going to that spot, and then you're going to cross over hard back. Now, again, this is where a lot of players don't do it properly, and this is why it's not effective, is because they don't sell the move. So what you have to do is you have to kind of make it look like you're going that way. Not only hesitate and beat your man a few times, but the next time you have to hesitate, make it look like you're going in that direction or whatever direction you're going, and you have to sell it, bring the ball out, get wide with your crossovers, and then pull it back quick and low. Low is very key because you don't want to cross over and have somebody rip you. And this is another reason why you have to set it up so you don't get ripped. Because if you don't set it up properly and you don't sell it properly, then your defender's not going to move when you do the crossover. So he's just going to stay there, he's going to stick out his hand, and if it's not low, then he's going to pluck it from you and you're going to get ripped, and that's pretty embarrassing. So yeah, that's how you master the crossover. The footwork, the setup, the sell it, and then execution has to be hard and low, and swing that ball through quick so that you can, you know, get past your man, shake him, and then hit the jump shot. What's good is a crossover if you miss the shot or don't set up your teammate or something. Next question. All right, so the next question we have from Leo. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm going to skip it. I don't want to butcher it. Coach, please, I have a question. I'm turning 14. Well, I'm 14, turning 15 this year, and I want to jump higher, but without lifting weights. I'm a 1-foot jumper. Can you help me with that? Love from Bosnia. Shout out Bosnia. But all right, so you want to jump higher, but you don't want to lift weights. So the first question I would ask you is, why don't you want to lift weights? Because if you really want to improve your vertical jump, eventually you're going to have to lift weights. You're going to have to get stronger. But how can you instantly improve your vertical jump? By mastering your technique. So that's the one thing you can do. Master your technique, and the only way to do that is actually to practice it and get out there and jump more. So I would say, you know, try to jump You can jump not every day I would say, but a few days a week, but try to keep your sessions to like 30 minutes or even shorter than that. And if you ever feel any pain, then stop, rest up a few days till that pain is gone. But practice your technique, practice jumping, and that's pretty much how you can instantly jump higher, just by making a few fixes to your 1 foot technique. Again, like I mentioned in the last Q&A, I have an entire video how to jump higher. Just search it on my channel or go on YouTube and search how to jump higher. It'll probably be like the first video to pop up. Go on that video and watch the entire video. I talk about 2 feet, I talk about 1 foot, the technique that is needed to improve your vertical jump. So yeah, go out, master your technique, jump a little more, and I'm sure you're going to see improvements in your vertical jump. But it's going to come to a point in time where you reach that max. Once your technique is perfect and you've kind of maxed out on how high you can jump from technique, the only way you're going to be able to improve this here is to improve your strength. So if your strength, I always do this little graph or whatever, but let's say your strength and technique is here. Now if your strength is here, your technique is going to be able to take your vertical jump here. But now you max out on that. Now the only way to continue to improve is to bring this up, bring your strength up, and then so your vertical jump can continue to get higher and higher. So master technique, master your 1 foot technique if you're a 1 foot jumper. But again, if you want to reach your full vertical potential, you're going to have to lift weights one of these days. All right, so the next question we have is from Government. He asks, how do you finish and shoot over defenders that are taller than you? So the best way to finish over defenders that are taller than you is don't take it all the way to them. So if you're talking about in the lane, we'll use like different things like floaters and runners. And if you watch the Isaiah Thomas video I just shot a few days ago, I break down his hesitation move, but also in that video I talk about some different finishes that he uses that you can use to score more points in the paint, whether it be things like running floaters, like the running shots like Steve Nash used to do. A lot of different things you can mix up. Another good thing to do is practice finishing layups high off the glass. So what that does is when a defender tries to come behind you and pin it on the glass, if you throw it too high off the glass, defenders can't, most defenders aren't going to be able to pin it if it's above the square on the backboard. So if you can get it higher off the glass, that's going to help you finish better against taller defenders. So let's say you're penetrating and the defender puts his hand up, you can use different type of hook finishes, floaters, do different things like same leg, same hand finishes, some awkward, some crafty finishes, a lot of different things that you can do to finish better over taller defenders. I would say watch a guy like Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, Tony Parker, guys like that, little guys that are great at finishing around the rim. Even guys like Stephen Curry, who's, you know, a lot of people wouldn't expect him to be a good finisher because he's kind of skinny. He doesn't look that strong, but I think last season he may have had the highest finishing percentage around the paint other than like DeAndre Jordan. And that's pretty amazing, and it's just because of his ability to know the game, know how to use the rim to protect his shot, and he has different finishes, whether it's floaters, finger rolls, all different types of things. So master different types of shots around the rim, increase the shots in your arsenal so that when you get to the rim and a big guy approaches you, there's a lot of different things you can do. Next question. So the next question we have is, should you be on your toes or the balls of your feet when playing defense, or should you be flat-footed? And this is from Paul Kim. So you never want to be flat-footed in basketball. This is how you end up on your butt and get crossed over. You don't want to be flat-footed on offense or defense. We want to stay on the balls of our feet to be ready and to explode off the ground and explode to each spot on the court. When we're playing defense, we want to get in that defensive position, but we want to be on the balls of our feet the entire time, pushing off and trying to just move quick. I've mentioned this in past videos about dorsiflexion. I'm going to do a whole separate video probably just to break down dorsiflexion because players are still having questions about dorsiflexion. But what I would say is stay on the balls of your feet, never be flat-footed, because this makes you really slow, and it's very hard to maneuver and move and stay in front of your man. So stay on the balls of your feet, and that should really help you improve your defense. All right, so the next question I have is from Ralph Christian, and he says, should I quit basketball? There are so many strong players that can replace me. I'm so weak. I miss all the layups, shots, and free throws. I can't handle the ball because I'm so nervous. Should I quit or should I continue? Well, this is a pretty tough question because it's about you. I mean, if you don't have I'm not gonna say you don't have the heart. If you don't want to play anymore, then it's gonna be hard to get better. I don't recommend you quit. I never recommend any of my players quit, but some players, they just don't want to play anymore. It's not for them. The game's not for them anymore. So I tell those players, you know, do whatever makes you happy. Now, if you want to be a good basketball player and you're dedicated to the game, don't quit. Even if you're not the best right now, that's fine. Just go out and do the work. Nobody was born a good basketball player. No matter what they tell you about LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, these guys are the best players ever, but they weren't born great basketball players. They had to work. And anybody that says they were born great basketball players, I think it really takes away, I think it's disrespectful to those guys because of how much work they put in. Now, they may be born with a certain type of mentality that helps them get over the edge and makes them unbelievably great, but their skills and stuff had to be earned and had to be developed through hard work on the court. So there's some intangibles that you might that might come through genetics. Things like LeBron being 6'8", 250, things like that. That's like genetics. But his ability to see the game, play the game, be a leader and stuff like that, those are things that are developed. So you can develop into a great player if you put in the work. If you're weak, get in the gym, get stronger. If you're not hitting shots, get more shots up. Practice your shooting. If you can't handle the ball, practice your handles. If there's other players better than you, play with those players. Keep playing with those players until you reach their level or you surpass their level. And then find some new people that are better than you so you keep improving. But you can't give up. And the number one thing I could tell from this question is you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself, and that has to change. That's the one thing is, if you want to be great, you have to know, you have to be confident. And confidence comes from putting in the work. So it's two things. Both of those things mesh together. If you put in the work, you'll get confident. If you get confident, you're going to want to keep putting in the work, and you're going to keep getting better and better. So you have to go out and you just have to make the decision. Do you want to give up or do you not? You know, so that's all on you. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping a video about my whole experience in Dubai with the FIBA 3x3 tournament. It was a great experience. There's some great basketball in that video that's going to be in that video that you guys are going to love. And if you haven't seen the 3-on-3 basketball yet, then you've really been missing out. It's crazy. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to try to upload a vlog maybe in the next day or so. Depends if I can get out and shoot it. And then, of course, you already know Saturday morning, another training video that's going to help you improve your game. You already know how we're doing it. But, yeah, if you want a free workout to help you take your game to the next level, if you want a free basketball training workout, click the first link in the description, freaktraining.com/free workout. That's going to take you to a page. I'm going to ask you for your email, and you put in your email, and I'm going to send you over that workout. If you want the vertical jump one, I'll put that one in there too. freaktraining.com/VJA. That's our instant inches vertical jump workout. Same thing, put in your email, and I'll send you over that free workout. It's going to help you jump higher instantly. Or for that free workout, you could just click the button up here in the top right. That's going to do the same thing. Just download the workout. And yeah, be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking this button right here or clicking the link in the description, the subscribe link. You'll see it in there. And yeah, as always, Coach Rock, I'm out.